Hey guys. Thank you, Judy. Brendan Banfield is charged with aggravated murder in the February 2023 deaths of Christine Banfield and Joseph Ryan. Prosecutors allege the murders were part of a larger scheme between Brendan and au pair Juliana Perez, I'm not even going to try it, who were having an affair. She has pled guilty and is expected to testify. 57 candles. They haven't started yet. So, thank you, John. Why are they starting so late? Well, you please don't do that. I don't feel good. What? There are no more cookies. Daddy has to go to the store. No more cookies. Cookies are gone. They're gone. You ate them all. No, that was Bell, not Spike. They both are squeaky. They're beagles. They squeak and they bark and they howl. They make all kinds of weird noises. Don't you? Yep. She shook her head yes. They won't go outside. Well, how long are we going to sit here? When are they going to start? Oh, yay. Joy. Oh, what do you want? You need to go outside? Are you going to go outside? There's no more cookies. You're going to have to eat regular dog food until I get paid. And then I'll get you your special kind that you like. Where are you going? What? I don't even know if I'm getting a cake. He didn't even remember my birthday. I texted him and said, don't you hate when that happens? Like, what is this? Yeah, I texted him. I said, I would like a birthday cake or cupcakes, please. But I don't know if I'm going to get it. He just put money in the bank for me to order tires. I need to order my anti-inflammatory medication. I got to call the vet. The vet. The blah, blah, what? The pharmacy, not the vet. I do have to call the vet for you because you need to go to the vet. I need to call so many places. Travis has very, very poor reading comprehension. So we don't do cards and stuff like that. What? Uh-oh, another trouble's awake. What? I gotta call the pharmacy. I have to call. Oh crap! I got a doctor's appointment today that I'm not going to because I don't have insurance. Chat among yourselves.
I swear affirm to accurately take and transcribe proceedings in this case to the best of your ability on a penalty of law. Good morning.
All right, the case of Commonwealth versus Brendan Banfield. Mr. Banfield is present in the courtroom with his attorney, and the Commonwealth is present. We have any preliminary matters before the jury comes in?
No, ma'am.
Okay, all right, let's go ahead and bring the jury in.
Can you push the button and turn it off? Yes.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being punctual today. I really do appreciate it. Just a reminder, these seats you're in now are the seats you'll be in for the duration, okay? All right. Opening statements from the Commonwealth?
Just a moment, Judge. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate that you all came back. I know yesterday was a short day. Today might be a long one, and you're in for several more following that, but we'll try to keep your attention and ask you to please remember that your job here is to listen to the evidence, right? Take notes if you need to. Follow along with the details. There will be many, and then be thoughtful in how you consider this evidence when it's time to deliberate. We're here today because Brendan Banfield, the man seated behind me, killed his wife, Christine Banfield, and another man named Joseph Ryan. Those two individuals had no reason to know each other, but for the plotting and planning of Brendan Banfield. Christine, back in 2022, was 37 years old. She was an ICU nurse working at Inova Fairfax. She was married to Brendan, who was then 38, and they had a daughter, 4-year-old Valerie. Christine worked odd shifts. She was a nurse. Many of you know what nurses' hours are. She could work nights. The schedule was irregular. It didn't occur with a 9-to-5 pattern, so regular daycare was not an option for the family. They hired an au pair, Juliana Perez Magalhães. She was from Brazil. She was 22 years old when she joined the family. She provided care while Brendan traveled for work and Christine worked her nurse's hours. The family lived in the Reston area of Fairfax County at 13230 Stablebrook Way. You'll hear that address referenced. You'll see pictures of the home. You'll have the opportunity to understand what the layout of the house was, as it is very relevant to what happened in February of 2023. Taking you back, in August of 2022, Brendan began an affair with Juliana. Initially, it was just sex when Christine was at work or asleep, but eventually it developed into a relationship. They went on dates. They went to bars, clubs, dancing. They went on romantic bike rides. By the fall of 2022, they were fully in love, planning their future. On a trip to New York, Brendan revealed his desire to get rid of Christine. Divorce was not an option for him. He didn't want to lose custody of Valerie. He didn't even want to share custody of Valerie. He thought Christine was a terrible mother. He wanted her out of the picture. And he convinced young Juliana, 22 years old, not from the United States, living in his home, in love with him, that they should get rid of Christine. He talked about hiring a hitman, finding someone to kill her for money. But he was concerned that that would tie back to him, that there would be too much evidence against him and that he could end up at risk. So they crafted a plan. They would use Christine's email accounts to create a fake profile to lure someone in who was into kinky sex, violent sex. And they would get this guy to come into the house and fake rape Christine. Brendan would be the hero of the day. He would show up, kill the guy, kill his wife, pretending that it had been that guy. That was the plan. They put it into action. Brendan created a FetLife account. If you're not familiar with it, it's a social networking app for people interested in fetishes, sexual kink. He posted as Christine, seeking fulfillment of this stranger rape fantasy. He and Juliana spent weeks chatting with potential victims, searching for just the right guy who would follow Brendan's plan to a T. Because remember, this plan hinged on several things. Christine never knowing that it existed, and Christine never being expected to meet with her potential fake rapist. In this community of people, there weren't many takers for such a risky plan. It had red flags all over the place. But by January 24th, 2022, Brendan had found his target, Joseph Ryan, posting as Taco Supreme 7000. Joe engaged in friendly conversation with who he thought was an attractive woman new to kink. Brendan, posting as Christine, spent a month creating this relationship with Joe that would eventually lead to Joe's murder. Meanwhile, other things were going on to prepare for this murder. Brendan bought Juliana a gun and took her to the shooting range to teach her to shoot. Brendan had Juliana help him test out the soundproofing of the new windows that had been installed at Stablebrook Way. By the time this plan was ready to be hatched, Joe was fully on board. He had not questioned any of the asks of him. He had continued to engage in this relationship and appeared to be the perfect willing victim. Brendan created the narrative that Christine desperately wanted to be raped. Posing as Christine, he told Joe what to do. Come to the home in Reston. The door will be unlocked. Christine will be asleep in bed. Come straight upstairs, cut off her clothing, tie her, rape her. Simple and fun. That was how it was posed. Joe was willing to follow these rules that Brendan set out posing as Christine. They would not meet in person beforehand. Joe's phones would be left in the car. Joe was to bring a knife, zip ties, chains. And most importantly, he was not to stop. Even if she looked terrified, even if she was calling for help, he was to follow through because that's what she really wanted. On February 24th, 2023, Brendan Banfield's birthday, the plan was put into action. Knowing that Christine had the day off, Brendan and Juliana arranged a fake outing for the zoo a fake outing at the zoo for Valerie. Juliana and Valerie packed a lunch, prepared for this fake outing. Christine, still in bed, asleep, at 6 a.m. Brendan takes her phone and Valerie downstairs. He chats with Joe to confirm a 7:20 arrival
Court
for the
reporter.
execution of the fake rape. And Brendan then disables the door lock, preventing it from automatically locking, turns off Christine's phone, and puts it in a drawer in the kitchen where she couldn't possibly find it to call for help when she finds an intruder in her home. Brendan leaves the house, followed shortly by Juliana. Brendan drives to a nearby McDonald's. Juliana waits in the cul-de-sac. the plan to give a call out to Brendan as soon as she sees Joe. Valerie's in the back seat, and Juliana has a gun in her pocket. When Joe arrives, Juliana calls Christine's cell phone first to create a record of a fake warning, even knowing that the phone is turned off. She then calls Brendan to let him know that Joe is in the house. Brendan leaves the McDonald's, drives directly to the home, meets up with Juliana, and with Valerie in tow, they re-enter the house through the basement. Juliana, nervous, screws up the plan and calls 911, too early. She hangs up as soon as Brendan's giving her the signal that this wasn't the plan. They leave Valerie in the basement. They sneak up the stairs to the bedroom where they hear Joe Ryan and Christine. Brendan enters the bedroom first, shooting Joe in the head, picks up the knife that Joe had brought, and stabs Christine repeatedly in the neck. He directs Juliana to shoot Joe a second time with her gun. This time the bullet enters Joe's chest. With Christine dead or dying, Brendan spends the next several minutes manipulating Joe Ryan's body, in the process leaving Christine's blood on Joe's hands and pants. Juliana calls 911, this time as scheduled, to report the intruder, and Brendan tells the police, "I shot him, he stabbed her." You'll hear all of this from Juliana, but we're not asking you to believe her alone. You'll hear from witnesses and experts about all of the evidence that corroborates the facts presented. You'll see the FetLife chats. You'll see the Telegram messages. You'll hear and see the phone call details. You'll hear the 911 calls where Brendan admits to shooting Joe. You'll see body-worn camera video from the responding officers. You'll see photos of the crime scene and the physical evidence collected. And that's where you should focus your attention. Because while Juliana presents us with the narrative, that story that we wouldn't necessarily know but for her details, it is the blood evidence that you can rely upon without a doubt. The blood cannot lie. And the blood puts Brendan Banfield standing over Christine, stabbing her in the neck until she died. With that evidence, we will ask you to find Brendan Banfield guilty of these murders, the associated charges of neglecting his child, and of creating a danger for her in that home. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Sands. All right. Defense, you're open.
I think I can probably see
No. Yes.
Thank you.
Wait, did they defer? What did he say?
No. You want to check Ms. Sands? You're off.
Here, I can check. Yep. I did, because I didn't want it to make all the banging noises. There you go. Green, let's go.
Yes.
Okay.
You can put that in your pocket if you want.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we had a long day yesterday, and we talked about a lot of the issues that would possibly come up, and they're going to come up today in terms of the story that the Commonwealth just told you, and what I think you should be looking out for in terms of the evidence. There's some interesting things that, in order to assess, first of all, what they're saying, and second of all, the evidence that's going to be before you, is you have to look at certain timelines. So the murder of Christine Banfield by Joe Ryan occurred on February 24th, 2023. The arrest of Juliana Perez Magalhaes took place in October of 2023. She was held for nearly another year before she made the statements that are the full and complete support of what the Commonwealth just told you. And she did that because the Commonwealth decided that they were going to give her something certain. They were going to give her a plea of guilty to a manslaughter, which is a lesser included offense, and guaranteed time served upon her testimony here today or tomorrow or whenever that testimony is. You're going to hear a timeline of events and evidence that you'll have an opportunity to look at, where she was arrested in October of 2023. And the whole reason she was arrested was to flip her against my client.
Decide if you need to go, Shannon?
You'll hear that evidence from someone other than her and other than me.
Well, you're just staring at the living
And
room.
they tried. And they tried.
Is that what?
In a correspondence that she wrote to my client on January 1st, that was given to him, she says, they want you. All they want is to get you in this case. They want me to say things that aren't true. They want me to say things that I did that aren't true. They offered me a misdemeanor. She declined a misdemeanor, facing second-degree murder at the time. And then as the case went on, it became very clear that they wanted him so badly that they were willing to do anything. They made offers, not as good as a misdemeanor, but as time went on, for a manslaughter, suspended time, but she had to testify against Brendan. You'll hear there were at least 4 or 5 times during that year leading up to Brendan Banfield being charged, where they came to her, they went through her attorney, and they offered that deal that she now stands.
That's not telling them what evidence, though. See, that's argument.
Now, why is it that she wouldn't have taken that then? Well, we heard in the first instance, she said, they're asking me to say something that isn't true.
You can do that in an opening statement.
And so let's look at another timeline that I think is appropriate. After she was arrested, she had a preliminary hearing in April of 2024.
Dude.
And you'll see communications that show real anxiety in terms of what was going to happen. After the preliminary hearing, then the first trial is set for July of 2024. Her attorney continues the case against her will. There's correspondence that says, I wanted to go forward. I wanted to show my innocence. Continued it to October, I believe. No, to November 12th. During that point in time, she'd lost trust in her attorney. She lost hope because he was the only person for someone who was thousands of miles away from her home, from her family, from the people that supported her. She lost hope in the person who was there to represent her. Whether that's true, whether that's right or not, I don't know. But what you'll see in this timeline that I'm going to create for you through evidence is that she was upset. And she said at one point, I can't believe he continued this case. I didn't want that. I don't want that. I just want to go forward. He better not do that again. We go through a period of time into September. The stress and the anxiety starts to really ramp up for her. Approaching her November 12th court date. My client gets arrested. In her mind,
this is not
she loses even more hope because he was the person who was on the outside who she really was depending on. They had an affair. You're not going to get any disputes from us. But he played a role, a supportive role to her while she was in jail, while they tried to do their little experiment on what would she take in order to come forward and tell a story. You'll hear in October, she went for emergency surgery, had a gallbladder surgery, spent 2 weeks in the hospital. And soon after she got out, she received word that her attorney was going to continue the case again because he needed to get a digital forensics examiner in order to review the evidence that hadn't been done up until that point. That was the last straw. Whatever deals that had been rejected, the most recent time was September 30th. Whatever deals had been rejected, she was in for now. One of the deals was suggested by her attorney after he was upset with her, after she was upset with him in July.
Objecting.
They get together, they arrive at this, and they have a recording of the questions that they're asking her during what they call the recant. You're going to hear some of those recordings. Now, any of you who have any sort of investigative roles in anything that you do, when you're talking to someone who's deciding to flip, you don't just take their word for it, you challenge them. Investigators challenge the statements that are being made. And so October 25th marks the first day that statements were made. Many of you may have seen that because it's showing up on media. And you hear someone asking her questions and then she answers those questions. Well, what we're going to be able to show you is that those answers are wrong based upon other evidence that we have in this case.
That was a better opening.
No one ever challenged her. No one ever questioned her. And so in order to have this narrative, that this story that you received, Juliana Perez Magalhães is at the center of all of it. She's going to talk about where the gun was at one point, and then I think in the next recant she says it was a different situation with the gun. She said she ran into the bedroom and used the combination on the safe to get the gun, and then she had it been given to him by, or it was given to him by Brendan Banfield. I'm sorry, given to her by Brendan Banfield. You're going to hear there are significant differences in many of the things that she's providing to the Commonwealth, some of which are changing even up to most recent prep sessions, which we had access to of December 30th. So the question will be, what's the final statement? I think we're all going to get that. But you're also going to see what she's done all along the way. Now, the Commonwealth used her for their case. I understand the situation that she's in, and I understand the fact that she's away from home and she's young and she's dependent on people, and she's also depending on the Commonwealth. And they've put her in this situation. And she's accepted it gladly, and I'm sorry to say, many people would. But it's the devastation that causes when you ask for that kind of testimony to be included in your case. Now let's just talk a little bit. Jeremy, just get a sip of water.
You can water down all those lies.
Sorry, a little dry mouth. Let's just talk a little bit about some of the other things that are going on in this case. And I think you'll find this through the evidence. So what essentially, and you may have heard it in media, is there's a theory called catfishing. And catfishing, for those who don't know it, and people more experienced and more expert than I will be able to tell you specifically, essentially is assuming the devices of someone in order to get something done, is the easy quick. There's probably more sophisticated explanation for it. But what they're saying is Brendan Banfield assumed his wife's devices, his computer, her phone, any other devices, in order to take on take on her persona in order to invite this gentleman, Joe Ryan, in. Catfishing is a theory that requires a conclusion that Christine Banfield gave up her devices. The Commonwealth's experts have concluded from the moment that the devices were examined and extracted that she did not give up her devices.
I don't think he knows
And
what.
so then started the turmoil within the police department that I think is going to come out here. I doubt it'll be in the Commonwealth's case. But there were people within the command staff who were trying to change what the experts said about Christine Banfield's devices. They were trying to say that Christine Banfield did give up these devices or was away when those devices were being used. But you're going to have a conclusion that was from the very early moments that she had not given that up. Now that's significant because all of the things that Juliana Perez Magalhaes has talked to you about is inextricably intertwined with catfishing. And so you're going to hear evidence from their expert witness. You're going to hear evidence from an expert witness that I have that concurs in their expert witness's findings. And in the world of digital forensics, there's a saying, digital forensics doesn't lie. People lie. And there are going to be plenty to see. You're going to see manipulation within the police department where if those that wanted the catfishing theory, if the line homicide prosecutors, homicide detectives didn't agree with this theory, they were transferred. When this case started, there were 12 people in the homicide squad. As this case goes to trial now, there's only 4 of those 12 there. Important ones that were removed in part because they didn't agree with the people that peddled the catfish theory, the lead homicide detective, the digital forensics detective. And this was back in late 2024. I don't know how many of you are familiar with criminal prosecutions and investigations. I was a prosecutor myself here in Fairfax. I've never experienced a homicide investigation where the lead homicide detective was moved prior to a trial. Digital forensics, I probably aged out of digital forensics, but that's a very important aspect of this. So I couldn't say personally whether that would have happened back in my day, but there are factors here that I think that haven't been brought forth by the Commonwealth. And in my efforts at presenting evidence, I'm going to be trying to bring that to light. As I indicated, there are serious timelines. There's a vulnerable person who's open to pray for what it is that they need. And I would respectfully suggest that Juliana Perez Magalhaes is the linchpin to all of that. Now, ultimately, it's the evidence. It's not what I say. It's not what the Commonwealth says. But I say these things to you so that your ear is ready, because you're going to see a presentation of a horrible, tragic, awful event for everyone involved. And there's no disputing that. And as I said earlier, we're not disputing, you won't hear any dispute as to the relationship between Brendan Banfield and Juliana Perez Magalhaes. But there's an awful lot more to look for, ladies and gentlemen, and that's what I'm asking you to do. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Carey. All right, your first witness stands.
Judge, it's going to be Alicia Dale.
Thank you, Ms. Prisler.
Okay. Yana, we had spoken to your client about his shield for the screen.
Okay. We don't have it as of now.
Okay.
Well, you know what? What kind of computer is that?
I was going to say, I'll just turn it this way. I think the camera angle.
Do you want to use mine?
Sure, absolutely. Thank you.
Okay.
Does this come up?
Swear or affirm to testify truthfully in this case under penalty of law. I do. Thank you.
Can you give me the thumb drive? It doesn't have No, thank you. No, I need mine. Because it's HDMI. Well, so this antique piece of, you know what? Super. Can I see yours? We're in a double dongle. No, the other dongle. If not, we'll just use my computer.
She is sitting where Johnny
Okay. Will you text Mario and see if we have a connection HDMI to USB? And
Oh, dude don't know how to hold a pen. He's guilty. No. Dongles are tech. They usually have to do with Bluetooth. I am in so much pain, y'all.
Few technical difficulties. I'm going to first ask you to State and spell your name for the court record.
My name is Alicia Dale, Alicia Dale.
And what is your occupation?
I'm the custodian of records for the Department of Public Safety Communications in Fairfax County
And how long have you been employed in that capacity?
since May of 2021.
Can you explain your duties and your responsibilities in that position, please?
I am to maintain the records within the custody of our department, whether that's retention, disbursement, or destruction.
And can you explain the 911 call system in the Fairfax County Police Department and how it operates?
Once a call is placed, a 911 call is placed within the confines of the Fairfax County, the telephone system actually routes it to the corresponding public safety answering point, and we are that within Fairfax County. The call is then dispersed to a call taker and it's processed.
And is the recording of each call taken, is that recording made in the ordinary course of business and then maintained for a period of time?
Yes,
And are these recordings created when the call is made?
yes,
Is it part of your job to keep and maintain these recordings?
yes,
And were you asked to pull recorded calls made on February 24th, 2023?
yes.
At this point in time, I'm going to ask Madam Clerk to display my screen to the witness and to counsel, but no one else at this point. And I am going to mute my computer first so we don't get unwanted sound. I'm going to ask you to take a look at 3 files, and then I'm going to ask you to identify them. This is the first one. And I'm going to show you all 3 and then ask you about them if that's okay.
Okay.
Just for the record, what evidence number would
This is
first one-
Commonwealth's Exhibit 1.
would be the first one you showed
Yep.
her? Okay, thank you.
The second one, Your Honor, is Commonwealth's Exhibit 2.
Okay.
So if you're seeing on your screen Commonwealth's Exhibit 2, that's the second one that I'm going to talk to you about. And then I'm going to show Commonwealth's Exhibit 3. And this would be the third one that I'm going to talk to you about.
Okay.
Now, I showed you three files. Do you recognize those files?
Yes,
And how do you recognize them?
I actually reviewed them this morning before court.
I was just going to ask you if you've reviewed these exhibits before today. You've already answered that. Have you modified these calls in any way?
No,
At this point, Judge, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the court to, I'm going to move these in as Commonwealth's Exhibit 1, 2, and 3.
Any objection to Commonwealth's 1, 2, 3? All right, 1, 2, and 3 are in evidence.
Before I play them, what I would like to do is ask you some questions about the timing of them. When we're looking at Commonwealth's Exhibit 1, and I'm going to go back to Commonwealth's Exhibit 1 on your screen, hopefully for you. At the bottom, it's at the bottom left-hand side of my screen.
Yes.
The numbers 74732. What do those numbers indicate?
that means the call was received, answered at 7:47 a.m.
Okay. And then the timestamp on Commonwealth's Exhibit 2, likewise, I'm going to put that back up on the screen. And we see 7:47:49.
And that call was placed, that was an outgoing call at 7:49 a.m.
Okay. And then looking at Commonwealth's Exhibit number 3, we see that that is 8:02:05.
And that was a 911 call received, answered at 8:02 a.m.
Okay. Thank you. At this point, Judge, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the 911 calls.
All right.
This is 1.
February 24, 2023, 7:47, 32.
Fairfax County 911, where's your emergency? Hello, Fairfax County 911.
February 24, 2023, 7:47, 39.
I've never seen
This
anybody.
is 2.
24, 2023, 7:47,
It's
49.
right.
Please leave your message for 57142621112.
Hello, this is Fairfax County 911. We had a call from this number. If you have an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. This call was named error. You can disregard this message. Thank you.
February 24, 2023, 7:48, 40.
And this is 3.
24, 2023, 8:02:05.
Fairfax County 911, where's your emergency?
I need help. My friend, she just was stuck in the night now. She's bleeding a lot. I don't know what to do anymore.
Okay, where are you located? What's your address?
Oh my God.
Take a deep breath for me. Just let me know your address. Okay, 1, 3. Take a deep breath for me. You're on Stablebrook Way? Are you on Stablebrook Way? What's your house number?
It's what's the number of
Is there somebody else there that can give me the address?
1330 Stablebrook Way.
Okay. And what's your name and what's going on?
My name is Brendan Banfield. I'm a federal agent. This is my house. There's somebody here. I shot him. But he stabbed her. She's bleeding. She's got several marks on her neck. What do I do?
Okay. So what I need you to do is apply direct pressure directly to where she's bleeding from, okay? And if it becomes soaked, just add more cloth to it. It's already there. How old is the person?
I don't know.
The person that's bleeding?
37.
Okay. Okay, so the person that you shot, where is he?
I don't know. I don't know him.
Okay, where is he though?
He's here. He's on the ground.
Okay. Okay. And the person that he stabbed, where are they now? Are they still in the hospital? I have rescue coming to you.
It's my wife.
It's just bleeding. I'm just to know what to do.
Okay, so I want you to get a clean cloth and apply direct pressure to where you're bleeding from, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, are you the one that's bleeding? Just keep applying pressure. Don't remove it. If it becomes soaked, just add more cloth to what is already there. Do not use a tourniquet. If one is already on, don't remove it. And don't throw or flush any blood-soaked items, okay? And, sir, I need you not to touch the weapons or disturb the scene at all. And don't touch or remove any impaled object, okay? Sir, hello? Ma'am, can you hear me?
Let me.
Okay. Are you the one that was injured?
She's not responding.
She's not responding anymore. He's living.
Okay. Can you tell me how her breathing is?
I just, he's hungry, breathing.
She's heart's still beating. She's
Okay.
still breathing.
Okay. Just keep applying pressure to where she's bleeding from and just put her on her side, okay?
On her side?
Yeah, on her side. You said she's breathing normally, she's just not responding to you?
She's got a very big hole in her neck.
Okay. Just keep applying pressure, okay? Just keep adding more cough who's already there. And who am I speaking to? Who are you, dear? Are you? Okay, so who's the person? Where's the person that's bleeding? Where are they in the house?
They're upstairs.
Okay.
In the bedroom.
Okay, and where is the person that was shot? Are they also in the house downstairs?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe in the bedroom too.
Okay. Okay.
Can you send help, please?
Yeah, they're on the way. They're coming to you now, lights and sirens, okay? And any weapon is secured, correct?
Again?
Any weapon is secured?
I have the weapon.
Okay, can you just leave it where it is?
Yeah.
Okay. And you said you don't know the individual that was shot?
No.
No, whenever things the
Okay.
person.
And sir, where are you? Are you taking care of the person upstairs?
I'm trying.
I'm trying, but
Okay.
it's too long.
Okay, I have officers that are pulling up outside, okay? So just make sure the weapon is put placed where it is and it's secure, and just keep applying pressure. And make sure your door is unlocked. Can we make sure that's done?
All right.
Okay. And if there's any animals, please make sure they're put away.
I'm up the door.
Okay. I'm gonna lock the door. Okay. That is okay.
Okay, so make sure your weapon is down, sir, and that you're coming to the door with your hands up so the officers can see you.
Okay. I locked.
Okay, and the weapon is down?
Are you there? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Are they coming?
Yeah, they're on the way. You should see them soon. They're pulling up outside right now. Let me know when you can see them, okay?
I just put them?
You should be able to see them soon.
Huh? I hear them.
Okay, so are we? Okay, and no one has a weapon, right? The weapon's down?
The weapons are down.
Okay.
That one's down.
I hear them.
Okay, they're pulling up outside. Just keep applying pressure to where she's bleeding from and just make sure she's
Okay.
okay.
Here we're doing this. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let me know when the officers are with you.
They come here?
Yeah, they're pulling up now. They're gonna make their way to you.
Okay.
I'm showing them outside.
I'm here. They can come in.
I'll go ahead and disconnect with you. Speak. Go ahead.
Come in. You guys. It's right here. Where's it going at? We need help. Where's it going at? It's up here. Here, on the deck. In the house, but here. So, we just, this is going on.
February 24, 2023, 8:10:38.
Judge, I don't have any further questions. Mr. Carroll may have some questions.
Cross-examination.
Ms. Dale, I've heard that before, but when I was listening now, it appeared that there was a lot of typing going on. Do you know, was that typing verbatim what was being said to the dispatch?
Verbatim, no.
Okay. Do you know if the dispatcher typed what my client said, that he was a federal law enforcement officer and that he had shot someone who was in his bedroom? Do you know if they typed that?
I don't remember exactly what was typed into the CAT event as far as what was surmised from the phone call.
Would that be part of the records that you're the custodian of?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall if it was typed in what he said, which was that he stabbed my wife in the neck?
Objection. I don't think that that was what was said, and we can listen to the call.
What's your legal objection, please?
Seems facts, not in evidence.
Overruled. Go ahead.
Was that transcribed?
In the actual event?
Yes.
I would have to review the record.
Okay. Did you review the record this morning?
I reviewed the phone calls.
The phone calls. Okay. So an additional review would be required to know what was sent out that was typed to the by dispatch.
Correct.
Okay. I don't have any further questions, Ron.
All right, redirect.
No redirect, Judge.
All right, is this witness subject to recall?
Not by me.
Is she subject to recall, Mr. Kira? No. Okay, ma'am, you're free to go. Thank you.
Okay.
Your next witness?
Judge, it's going to be Officer Hugh, Justin Hugh.
Your face, Madam Clerk, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to testify truthfully in this case under penalty of law?
Yes.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Could you please introduce yourself by telling us your name and spelling your first and last name for the court record?
Justin Hugh, Justin. Last name Hugh, Hugh.
And how are you currently employed?
I'm a detective with the Fairfax County Police Department in the Child Abuse Unit.
And how long have you been with the Fairfax County Police Department?
Almost 4 years.
And when were you assigned in February of 2023?
I was patrol in Reston.
And I'm going to direct your attention to February 24th, 2023. Were you on duty in uniform and displaying your badge of authority that day?
Yes.
And did you respond to a call for service that morning?
Yes.
What was the call for, if you recall?
The call was for somebody that had been shot and then somebody else in the residence had been stabbed.
And where did you respond?
I responded to area 521, which was my patrol area.
And where is Patrol 521?
It's in Reston. It's kind of near the town of Herndon.
And is that a location in Fairfax County?
Yes.
Is your uniform equipped with department-issued body-worn camera?
Yes.
And how does your body-worn camera work?
You click it twice in the middle and it activates the body-worn camera and starts recording.
And then when you are done with your shift, what happens?
We dock it at the station where it will upload everything is recorded for the day.
And was your body-worn camera working properly that day?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as Commonwealth's Exhibit 4, and I have I've got my computer muted, so we should only see a picture. I would ask if we could just have that for the stand, the defense attorneys, and the witness at this point. Do you recognize this exhibit?
Yes.
And how do you recognize it?
It's my body-worn camera from that day.
And have you had the opportunity to review this before today?
Yes.
And is this a fair and accurate depiction of what you did and saw as you responded to this call for service that morning that you described earlier?
Yes.
Judge, at this point, what I'd like to do is admit this as Commonwealth's Exhibit 4.
Any objection to 4? All right, 4 in evidence.
Judge, I am going to ask if we could have this displayed to the jury, the witness, counsel, and the stand only, not on the screens,
Not in the gallery.
not in the gallery.
Okay.
And there will be sound.
Okay,
But-
that's fine.
Well, I got voices inside. Let's do something quick. Stack up on me, I guess. County police, call out. Where's the gun at? Where's the gun? All right.
So, you just sit down. You just go out.
Anybody else downstairs?
No.
Where's the shot person?
Oh, his daughter is downstairs. She's just.
Who else? Just us?
Yeah, she's just for his daughter.
What's on the back?
One of the patients is outside now.
You block it. All right. We got him.
Can you turn the lights on in here?
Yeah. Give me a, what can I do to help? Chest seal, give me chest seal. Yep. Anything I can do to help? One else when she stabs, right on the stab. Tank, come here. Got something on their hand. Okay. Stand right here. Yep. You got multiple stab wounds to the neck. Okay. Secure those guns. Ma'am, I need you outside now. She's breathing.
What do you need?
Get medics in here now.
Get a chest seal.
Seems full to medics. He grabbed my arm. He grabbed my arm when I started on him. Okay. Someone get with him. I don't know what he shot at. Who's got chest wound seal? I need it from the staff right now. You got stabbed by him, so someone watch him. Guys, chest seal. Now. We're looking for it, buddy. We're looking for it. Can we get calls? He called out.
Here's Gauze.
Up this way.
Here's Gauze.
I need chest seal on her and I'll
Wounds
right
here.
now. Just stay right there. Stay right there. There's another one behind me. Open this up the longer. Yeah, I can't do anything with this right now. Go. Can't do anything with this right now. Someone check up close to the guy behind me.
Yep.
He's breathing, so.
We got one guy up here, gunshot wound, one female, multiple stab wounds. Okay.
Can someone do this for me? I got one hand trying to tie it up now. Up this way. He's in the bathroom, up here. Where you at, chest seal? On our neck. Multiple stab wounds on our neck. Ready? This goes on our go. Ready? Go for it. We missed one. Chest seal. Give us one. There's another half. Ready? Good work. Yep. Hold it down. Let's work on through. Okay. Sit in the top. Sit in the top. Sit in the top.
You need another chest seal?
Yeah, what do we have?
Hey, get another. Hey, LT, get more block kits.
LT, we want more block kits, or chest seals you can get.
Carmine Bravo.
This one we have
Preston County 4.
How many exactly? We need you guys in here.
I don't know.
Is he shot in the head too?
No, shot in the chest.
That's a lot of blood. Looks like it's probably from a lot.
There is a canine or a healer at this point. Canine 10. Yeah, right there.
Securing firearm.
Just leave it. Just leave it where it is. All right. Tank.
Yep.
Since we got this kind of waiting for medics, can you talk with him? Shoot him.
Stand by 1 second.
Medics expediting, where are they at?
I can feel him.
Guys.
Breathing. Hey, you have a pulse on him?
No.
No pulse on him.
CPR, go ahead.
Multiple stab wounds.
CPR on him.
Yeah.
If you have anything, start going.
All right, we got medics
Who's
over
most viable, you guys know? She is. All right.
Multiple stab wounds to the back.
James, where is he? To the right, we have a pulse, multiple stab wounds. To the left, either the CPR or the gunshot wound. All right. Who's still breathing? Multiple stab wounds to the
This
neck.
is Bob.
Don't know if we actually have it.
Don't know if it's one on the side.
Okay. She's still
Put it
breathing.
right there. You can feel blood moving.
You can stop doing CPR.
Yeah,
then.
stop doing CPR.
Yeah, we're gonna get her.
He's gonna be DOA over there.
Yeah, this.
Is she breathing over here?
She's breathing. That's why we're Zach, moving. grab him, take him downstairs. You can't feel the pulse? It's hard to feel. Are you hurt? Stand by. Sorry. Nope, there's no pulse.
No,
There's no. What do we need?
I think that guy's gonna be definitely DOA for the next shot. I mean, we can. I think that's maybe obvious over there. Here. What do you want to do? Do you want to grab that and go?
We're done. No, this is. She's done.
All right, that's fine. You want to get a rhythm on that?
Yeah. It's right there behind.
I got one right
You have
here.
it? Okay.
All right.
Where is he? Justin, grab the guy out there, get him down, don't let him.
All right. Wait, is that not Bombers? I don't know.
This
whose
is not
that
Bombers, it might be his.
There was two on the bed when I came in.
Okay.
Okay, this one's got blood on it.
All right.
So stay with him. He might have, I'm not sure if he shot the guy that shot him.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm gonna wait till they're done getting her out of the way before I get him to walk over.
You don't know that guy at all? I don't know. Yeah.
Trying to figure out where's the gun currently.
We have two firearms right here.
Leave them right where they are. That's where we found them. We moved them away. All right, that's fine. Get one on the other hand.
Where you want? Hey Sarge, do you want us to escort him outside? Stay with. Okay. So okay.
I'm not sure. We're not working.
Well, get him out.
So once they.
All right.
Move her and go.
Yeah. All right.
Downstairs.
Hey,
All right, we're gonna move them. Very closely, we're gonna escort him down.
Don't touch anything.
Got a knife here.
Yeah.
Is there kids down there? Zach? The kids are out of the way. The kids are outside. Of course, we're gonna clear the rest of the house.
Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Just grab the monitor.
Monitor, we'll go with it, that's fine. Zach, stay here. You're with me. We'll get you to the house.
I'm escorting him down.
He's gonna stay. We're gonna make sure no one else is hurt in the house.
Okay, all right. We're gonna get husband downstairs. All right.
Just for the record, we'll admit that under seal, Commonwealth's 4. Understood. Let's talk about what we just saw. When you entered the house, we saw one officer ahead of you. Were the two of you the first two officers to enter the house?
Yes.
And when you came upstairs to the bedroom, did you see any unsecured firearms in the room?
Yes.
Can you tell us how many?
2.
And can you describe the unsecured firearms that were in that room? Did you know anything about either one of them?
One had a flashlight on it and the other one did not.
Okay. Did you handle either of the unsecured firearms?
The one with the flashlight on it, I handled that one.
And what did you do with it?
I moved it twice. The first time I moved it just from the corner of the bed to in front of me, and then the second time I moved it to the other side of the bed near the other firearm.
And did you know anything about that firearm when you were handling it?
There was blood on it.
And Judge, at this time, I'm going to show Commonwealth's Exhibit 5 and ask that, and it's going to be a still photo, just to witness and counsel.
Okay.
It's not the greatest picture, but is this the firearm that you handled?
Yes.
And is this the position that it was in when you entered the room?
Yes.
Can you describe the position, what we're looking at here?
The gun is in the bottom right corner of the bed. It's pointing towards whatever's kind of behind me.
And when you're talking about the bottom right corner of the bed, are you standing at the foot of the bed facing the headboard, or are you? Okay.
Yes.
And Judge, I'd ask to admit this as Commonwealth's Exhibit 5.
Any objection?
If we could publish that to the jury.
In the gallery.
Got it. And when you handled this firearm, did you have gloves on when you handled the firearm on February 24th?
Yes.
And when you left the bedroom, where had those two firearms come to rest, this one and the other one?
On the left side of the bed. If I'm facing the headboard, that's where the last place I saw them at.
Okay. And then when you, the rest of your morning, when you left the bedroom, who was with you?
When I left the bedroom, I was with Officer Beckner. Believe there's another officer walking down the stairs with us, and Mr. Banfield.
And where did you go?
We walked outside, and then we took Mr. Banfield to an ambulance.
And when you got to the ambulance, what, if anything, did you take from him?
A jacket that he was wearing.
And what did you do with that jacket?
I held on to the jacket, and then Detective Falk, who's a crime scene detective, showed up, and then I transferred custody of the jacket to him.
And I'm sorry, you said Detective Falk?
Falk.
Is that OJ Falk?
Yes.
After you left the defendant's company that day, did you remain at the scene? Did you go back into service? What was the rest of your morning like?
We remained at the scene for a while outside, didn't go back inside the house, left the scene for a bit to do other things, and then I ended up coming back to the scene and stayed there until the end of my shift, just on the outside of the house.
I don't have any more questions for you. Mr. Carroll may have some questions.
Cross-examination.
Good morning, Officer Hugh.
Good morning.
Were you right after Officer Gibbons as an arrival on the scene?
When I walked into the house, Officer Baumler was the one in front of me.
Officer Baumler?
Yes.
But Officer Gibbons was in front of him, is that correct?
No.
When was Officer Gibbons there?
He would have walked in behind me at some point. I don't remember when.
Okay.
Eventually, there was like a stack of us that all went in. I don't remember the exact lineup.
And I understand, but Officer Gibbons was the one who was in the bathroom with my client, correct?
Yes.
So when you saw, when you walked in, you observed my client rendering aid to his wife, is that right?
I don't recall what I saw when I first turned into the room. I know he was in the room. I don't remember the positioning though.
Okay. Do you recall Officer Beckner arriving?
I remember Officer Beckner coming in the room.
Okay. And were you present when Officer Beckner started, getting chest seals and chest compressions and things like that all of you were doing?
Yes.
Okay. And did you observe, according to Officer Beckner, a panic attack on my client's part?
I wouldn't really know. I wouldn't say a panic attack. I would say I witnessed his behavior.
Okay.
I don't know how you exactly would define a panic attack. I didn't think of it. I didn't think it was anything super.
His words, not mine.
Yeah.
You observed, but you observed my client, correct?
I did.
And around that same time, Officer Beckner reports that some firefighter was kicking items on the ground. Let me see. Kicking the blankets near Joe Ryan, and he was advised to stop by Officer Beckner. Do you recall that?
I was told about what a firefighter did after, but I never really witnessed that in the moment.
And I understand, I mean, it's a fast evolving situation, but that's what I wanted to find out is if you had recollection of it, but you were told thereafter?
Yes.
Okay. Now, when you arrived on scene, Christine Banfield was breathing, correct?
I never touched her, so I don't know.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you.
Were you aware based on what people were saying regarding her condition?
Listening to the body camera footage after, yes. It sounds like someone was saying that there might have been breathing or there was breathing, but
okay.
I don't have direct knowledge.
But the firefighters ended up connecting her and actually found a pulse, right?
That I don't know. I know they found something, but I know there's like electrical readings I've had on other scenes.
Was that not what we just watched on that they actually connected her up to whatever device the one firefighter was saying?
They did connect her to something. I don't know what, I'm not versed in what machine they would have connected her.
Okay, and I'm not asking you to be an expert on this. I'm just asking you as the person on the scene what you observed.
Yes, the firefighters worked on her.
Okay, they were attending to her.
Yes.
Okay, that's probably the best way to say it without knowing what exactly they did.
Yes.
And then while you were there, or at least that's what your body camera video shows, they secured her and they brought her out of the house, correct?
Yes.
And then, I'm sorry, I thought somebody was saying something. And then after she was secured and out of the house is when, how long after that was it when you and Officer Beckner and my client all walked out?
I'd say pretty shortly after, I would guess a minute tops.
Okay. Now, in terms of I guess that's the exhibit number 5, and I just keep pointing over here because that's where I saw it, but it's not there. That was a screenshot from the body-worn camera, is that right?
Correct, the picture of the gun they showed.
Do you want to show them the picture again?
I can't judge. I
I
better.
think you have to get it back on the screen.
I don't want to mess your.
Okay. Okay.
Do you see that?
Yes.
And is this your body-worn camera?
Yes.
Okay. And did you take any actions to prepare this screenshot?
No.
Okay. Now, do you know where this gun was before it was sitting at that situation that's shown in the picture?
No.
Okay. And I think you said after that, you know it was moved to the left side of the bed, correct?
Correct.
Do you recall who did that?
I moved it.
You moved it, okay. And then if I understand your testimony correctly, you then got involved in the scene and then you ended up escorting my client out, and that was the last that you were in this room?
Yes.
Okay. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Redirect? I don't have any redirect. All right, is this witness subject to recall? I don't think so, Judge. Is he subject to recall? All right, sir, since you are subject to recall, you cannot discuss this case with anybody and you cannot look at anything from this case, okay? You're still a witness, so the rule witness is still on you at this time, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You are free to go today. If they need you, they will contact you, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, do you have a short witness or is this a good time for a morning break?
Judge, this is probably a good time for a break.
For a break?
Next witness is going to be a smidge longer than the first.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and take our morning recess for 15 minutes, okay? So we'll put you back in the jury room. Just remember, do not discuss the case with anyone, to include yourselves, and don't do any outside research in that 15 minutes, okay?
We are all caught up with the line because they started late.
So we'll come back then at 11:30, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Sorry, I'm not entertaining today, y'all. I feel like crap. Feel better than I did yesterday, but I still don't feel well. Hey, Tricia, welcome back. 15 minutes yet? Almost. Guess who he is? This is his assistant, but he's not done yet. I gotta put he has a nose and ears and glasses. I gotta finish his nose and ears and glasses. It's Honeydew, Bunsen Honeydew from the Muppets. And that's gonna be Beaker. See his little vest and his bow tie? Isn't he cute? Make it bigger so you can see. His little vest and his bow tie and his little lab with the lapels. Isn't it cute? Little feet. I get bored too easy. That's why I have to do these. All the little bitty parts, and then you sew them together. Or some of them you crochet together. You don't even sew them together. But I think this is why I'm hurting so bad. Because I'm hurting all through here. And like up into my neck and I think it's from this. Because I'm out of one of my anti-inflammatory medications. And I didn't get it refilled because of the thing with my insurance. So I called them and told them to fill it. It's not that expensive. So Travis is going to go get it. I think this is why I've hurt so bad. All the crocheting I'm doing without my anti-inflammatory. I feel like I'm dying. Every time I've tried to use GoodRx, it's been just as expensive, if not more expensive, than it was with my insurance. So I just use my insurance. But it's $8 for 20 pills. It's not the whole prescription, but it'll last me till I get my insurance back. So that's fine. $8 isn't bad.
Please be seated and come to order. All right, are we ready for the jury?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Carroll, you ready for the jury? Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, yes, we're ready for the jury.
He is wearing a striped tie and a check shirt. Who dressed him? Oh, are you kidding me? I'm glad I noticed that. I didn't do the other sleeve of the lab coat yet. No. Glad I noticed that. I thought I was almost done with him. Who?
All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. All right, your next witness, Ms. Bristler?
Judge is going to be Officer Beckner.
Officer Beckner.
Please, Madam Clerk, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to testify truthfully in this case under penalty of law?
I do.
Good morning. Could you please introduce yourself by telling us your name and spelling your first and last name for the court record?
I'm Zachary Beckner, Zachary-Beckner.
And how are you currently employed?
I'm employed as a police officer for Fairfax County.
And how long have you been employed by the Fairfax County Police Department?
February will be 4 years.
And how were you employed back on February 24th, 2023?
I was a police officer on patrol.
With Fairfax County?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you on duty that day?
I was.
Were you in uniform and displaying your badge of authority?
I was.
And is your department issued uniform equipped with body-worn camera?
Yes, ma'am.
And can you describe how your body-worn camera works for us?
You double tap the center button and it comes on, or it can be activated by lights and sirens.
And at the end of the day, what, if anything, do you do with your body-worn camera?
We dock them so that they can be uploaded.
And was your body-worn camera working on February 24th, 2023?
Yes, ma'am, it was.
And I'm going to draw your attention, Officer Beckner, to the morning hours on that date. Did you respond to a call for service?
I did.
And where did you respond?
I believe it was off Sablebrook Way. I don't remember the exact address. It was in area 521 of Ruston District Station.
And is that a location within Fairfax County?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Were other officers on scene when you arrived?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know how many other officers had entered the house before you that day?
I believe 3 or 4.
And did you yourself go into the house?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you were in the house, did you see anyone inside that you recognized in the courtroom today?
Yes, ma'am.
And can you point that person out and describe an article of clothing or two that they're wearing?
Black suit and a striped tie.
And color of hair?
Brown or black.
Judge, I'd ask the court that recognize that the officer has identified the defendant.
The record will so reflect.
I'm going to show you an exhibit that's been marked as Commonwealth's Exhibit 6. And I'm going to ask, Madam Clerk, that this is displayed to the witness and to counsel and to the judge at this point only. Do you recognize this? Can you see it?
No, ma'am. There's
Oh,
nothing
okay.
pulled up.
Sorry.
It's a blank screen on our.
I see. Okay.
I mean, all the connections are good. No. Still no.
You'd see it on the screen in front of you if it was.
Oh, yeah, it would be here.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, well. It flickered. Was that you or was that me?
We changed it just to make sure our system was working, so our system's working.
Okay, well. I'm gonna go back to. Where's yours?
Over here.
Just go ahead and log in. good.
Okay. Take two. I am going to hopefully show you a clip on your screen. Can you see anything on your screen?
No, ma'am, it's still black.
Okay, his screen is still black. Still?
There's blue on there now.
No, that's just drawing.
Sorry.
Oh, I see what the problem is. Hold on. How about now?
Well, you should see here too. right?
Yeah, no.
This is what we're, there it goes.
Okay, there it goes. Oop. All right, now can you see
Yes, ma'am.
on your screen? Okay. And do you recognize what's on your screen?
I do, ma'am. It's my body cam from that day.
Okay. And the video, have you had a chance to review this before today?
Yes, ma'am.
And is what you reviewed a fair and accurate depiction of what you initially did and saw that morning in the house?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Judge, what I'm going to ask the court to do is seal this, ask the court to admit it as Commonwealth 6, publish it to the jury and the jury only, and I'm going to ask the court to seal this.
All right, any objection to 6? No. All right, 6 in evidence under seal. Okay, thank you, Mr. Carroll.
Now, as I'm playing this, I am going to stop it in places so that we can talk about what it is that we're seeing.
Anybody else downstairs?
Where's the shop person? Who else? Just us?
All right, hold down, somebody hold down.
Okay, here, where are you in the house?
I'm at the bottom of the stairs leading to the second story.
And what do you note about that door that is in front of you, or what did you note about that door?
That it was open and had an exterior lock.
And did you see a light on inside of the door?
No, ma'am.
They're saying one of the patients is outside now.
So somebody's outside. In the back? Anybody else outside? Who else is outside? Anybody over here? Ma'am, stay here, stay here, stay here, ma'am. Stay right here. Who is the shooter? Who shot who?
Brendan, he's an officer.
I got a blowout kit if you need it.
Bring it up.
Is there anyone else in the house? Any kids in the house? Got most of them. You got those guns?
Ma'am, I need you outside now.
Here, how many unsecured firearms did you note as when you came in?
2.
And I'm going to keep going.
What do you need?
Get medics in there now.
Scene's cold for medics.
He grabbed my arm. He grabbed my arm when I just heard that coming. Okay. Someone get it. Someone get it. I don't know when you shot at.
Who's that chest wound seal?
I need it from the back here now. You got stabbed by him, so someone watch him. Guys, chest seal. Now.
We're looking for it, buddy. We're looking for it. Give me, get Gauze out.
Up this way.
Upstairs. Hey, chest seal on her, and I'm going to put it right now.
Just stay right there. Stay right there. There's another one behind me.
Hey, open this up for Balmer.
Yeah.
I got the other one for him. Okay, go.
Someone check for a pulse for the guy behind me.
Yeah.
He's breathing, so.
We got one guy up here, gunshot wound, one female, small mistake.
Here, did you notice the knife as you moved over to where Joe was laying?
I noticed it first whenever I was checking for a pulse on him.
Can someone do
I don't have anything.
Was that you saying, I don't have anything?
Yes, ma'am.
And what did you mean when you said that?
I was checking for a pulse on the decedent there.
And is that at the point when you noticed the knife?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you were checking for his pulse, what part of his body were you checking?
His neck.
Up this way.
And then the officer that we just saw step on the knife, who was that?
Officer Sefiani.
Just in the top. He's in the bathroom, up here.
I don't have a pulse on him.
He's down in there.
When you said, I don't have a pulse on him right there, the second time, who were you saying that to?
The other officers there to my left, particularly Officer Sefiani.
And the view that you have of the bed at this point, do you know at this point where the unsecured firearms that you saw when you entered the room?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell us where they are?
They're both laying there at the foot of the bed, basically in the same position as whenever we saw them first on my body cam.
I don't have a pulse on him.
Where's the gunshot wound?
I'm not entirely certain, sir.
Let's check.
The officer here who, that is moving Joe's hands, who is that officer?
It's Officer Sefiani.
And had anyone moved Joe's hands that you saw before Officer Sefiani moved them?
No, ma'am.
Chest.
Okay. Hold this down. Let's work on her, okay?
Just fucking go for it. Sit in the top. Sit in the top. Sit in the top. You need another chest scene?
Yeah, whatever you have.
Whatever you. Hey, get another ALT, get more blowout kits.
I don't know.
You shot in the head?
Oh,
No,
no.
shot in the chest.
It's a lot of blood. It looks like it's probably from a lung. I don't even know what to do.
Just leave it. Just leave it. Just leave it. Where it is. All right. Okay. Yep. Since we got this kind of wait from Max, can you talk with him?
I don't have a pulse.
Stand by 1 second.
When you said that time that he did not have a pulse, what did you mean?
I was checking again to confirm that I still did not have a pulse on him, ma'am.
So is that 3 times that you took a pulse?
I believe so, at least.
And that last time, were you also checking his neck?
Yes, ma'am.
Medics expediting, or where are they at?
Guys, hey, do a pulse on him.
No, not at all. What do you need?
Multiple stab wounds on her. Yeah, go ahead and start going. Who's most viable, you guys know? She is. All right, multiple stab wounds to the neck. Where is he?
So right, we have a pulse, multiple stab wounds, so left here, the CPR with gunshot.
All right. Are we still breathing? You know what we have right here. No, no, no. Don't know if it's one on the left side. Okay, she's still breathing. We can feel blood moving. We can see her. You can stop him if he's drawing. Yeah, we're gonna get her. He's gonna be way over there. Yeah, this. Is she breathing over here?
Where are the unsecured firearms in the room at this point?
They've been moved onto the opposite side of the bed from me.
And is that where they were when you left the room, if you recall?
Yes, ma'am, to the best of my knowledge.
Grab him, take him downstairs. I can't feel a pulse. You can't feel a pulse? It's hard to feel. Stand by. Sorry. Nope, there's no pulse.
Nothing. What do we need? I think that guy's gonna be definitely DOA for this shot. I mean, we can. I think that might be obvious over there. Here.
Oh.
What do you want to do? You want to grab that, Joe?
This is his house, that's his wife. Don't know who this is.
All right, that's fine. You want to get a rhythm on that?
Yeah. You want to? I got the monitor. It's right there behind you.
You have it? Okay.
So where is he? Grab the guy over there. Get it down. This is not Palmer's remote case.
There was two on the bed when I came in.
Okay, this one's got blood on it. So stay with him. I'm not sure if he doesn't know.
You don't know that guy? No. He's the shooter. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out where's the gun currently?
On the bed.
Firearms right here.
Leave them right where they are. If that's where we found them. We moved them away. All right, that's not. They were on the bedroom window. We have a knife right there.
Yeah.
Hey Sarge, what's up? You want us to escort him outside?
Yeah, right now they're working, so we're gonna leave them.
So, hey, I'm not sure. We're not working. No. But I'll get him out.
So once they get you. All right. Is he gonna be okay? You want them to work through it?
Want to move her and go?
Yeah. All right. Get you downstairs. Hey, we're gonna move you.
Got a knife here.
Yeah.
Is there kids down there? Zach? Kids are out of the way. Kids are outside. We're gonna clear the rest of the house.
Okay. Someone's gotta go with them. You guys want me to go with them?
If you want to go with it, that's fine. Zach, stay here.
All right.
You're with me on which place. What are we doing here? He's just here. We're gonna make sure no one else is hurt in the house.
Okay, all right. We're gonna get them down there.
Okay. How long did you stay in that bedroom after Christine Banfield was removed from the bedroom?
A couple of minutes at the most.
And where did you go when you left the bedroom?
Outside,
And who was with you?
Officer Hugh and Mr. Banfield.
And where did you go with them?
Initially, we walked outside, allowed the first ambulance to leave, and then Mr. Banfield was taken into a second ambulance.
And what was the purpose of taking him to the ambulance?
Just to check on him, make sure that he didn't sustain any injuries that we weren't aware of.
And did he receive a medical evaluation while he was in the ambulance?
The medics did check him out. Again, look for any injuries or anything that we might have missed initially.
And what, if anything, did you do while you were with him in the ambulance?
I searched Mr. Banfield.
Okay. I'm going to show you Commonwealth's 9A, and I'm going to ask that it be displayed only to the witness and to counsel. Do you recognize these items depicted?
Yes, ma'am.
And how do you recognize them?
They were some of the items that I collected from Mr. Banfield.
And can you describe what they are?
It's 2 handgun magazines, a set of handcuffs, and a watch.
And do they appear in this photo in the same or similar condition to what you saw them in on February 24th, 2023?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, at this point in time, I'm going to ask to admit Commonwealth's 9A. And this can be,
Sorry. No objection and publish?
it can be published to the jury.
All right.
When you receive these items, what'd you do with them?
I placed them in a bio bag, is what we call it. It's a plastic bag from the paramedics.
And who'd you give them to after you packaged them?
I relinquished them to the detectives that arrived at the hospital.
Did you take anything else from him during the search?
Yes, ma'am. 2 cell phones as well as his jacket.
And the jacket, did that just pass through your hands to Officer Hugh?
Correct.
Did the defendant make any statements in the ambulance about the firearms that you had noted in the house?
Yes, ma'am.
And what did he say?
He claimed ownership of them.
Did he distinguish between the 2 of them in any way?
Yes, ma'am.
And how was that?
He said the one firearm was his duty weapon, essentially, and the other, the Glock 43X, is his personal weapon.
Okay. And the duty weapon, was there anything that he noted about the duty weapon to distinguish it?
It had a flashlight on it, a TLR. I don't remember the exact model number.
Did he have blood on his hands when he was in the ambulance?
Yes, ma'am.
Where did you go next with the defendant?
When we were in the ambulance, it transported us to Reston Hospital.
And when you arrived at the hospital, did he still have blood on his hands when you escorted him into the hospital?
Yes, ma'am.
Was he handcuffed when you escorted him into the hospital?
No, ma'am.
Was he handcuffed at any point that morning?
No, ma'am.
Did the defendant make any statements about his daughter while you were with him in the hospital?
Yes, ma'am.
What did he say?
I believe he said something about her being 4 years old.
And what, if anything, did you see him do while you were in the hospital room with him?
He washed his hands.
And before he washed his hands, had anyone swabbed his hands to preserve samples of blood that were on his hands?
No, ma'am.
Why'd you let him wash his hands?
I felt bad for him blowing his nose and wiping his face with his bloody hands.
And what, if anything, did you do next?
I assisted with anything that the detectives needed on scene, and then went back to maintain scene security for the residents.
I am going to show you a few still pictures that are Commonwealth 7, 8, and 9. And if I could have them displayed just to the witness.
Can we
And
make it 9B since you have a 9A?
oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. I meant for them to be, yes, it can be 9B, but I had them as 9 and then 9A, and I just took 9A first, but that's fine.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
All right,
Yep.
so 9 will have,
Yep.
that's fine. Thank you.
So this picture is Commonwealth 7. I'm going to show you Commonwealth 8 and Commonwealth 9. Do you recognize these photos?
Yes, ma'am.
And how do you recognize them?
There's still images from my body cam.
Okay. Judge, I'm going to ask to admit Commonwealth 7, 8, and 9. There's still photos from the officer's body cam.
Okay, just a minute.
And 8 and 9 should be under seal.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so any objection, 7, 8, 9? So 7's admitted, 8 and 9 are admitted under seal.
Yes.
Okay.
And if we could publish 7 to the jury? And this view, is this a view of the door as you saw it coming around, coming into the house at first?
Yes, ma'am.
And this view here, is this the view that you had, the first view that you had of the defendant when you came into the room?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you tell what was on his hands here?
It appeared to be blood.
And this view here, what is this view?
It's a view of Officer Sefiani stepping on the knife.
Thank you. Judge, I don't have any further questions at this point for the officer. Mr. Carroll may have some questions for you.
Cross-examination?
Officer Beckner, do you have any idea what number entering the house you were of the Fairfax County Police Department?
I believe I was the 4th person in the house, sir.
Okay. Do you know who the first person in the house was?
I believe it was Officer Baumler.
Baumler?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And was Gibbons anywhere near you there?
I couldn't honestly remember where he was until I saw him inside the actual bedroom, sir.
Okay. And the body worn camera that we were just looking at, that was a 6-minute. Was that a clip of your entire body worn camera?
It's a portion of it, yes, sir.
Okay, so because I think if I recall, your body worn camera went for nearly an hour.
It went all the way through till we were instructed by detectives at the hospital that we were able to turn them off, and essentially they took over from there.
So, so some of those things that you answered questions to, like searching my client or taking items from him, that would all be caught on the body worn camera if it were allowed to continue?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, at any point in this process, was my client not willing to accommodate you with whatever you asked him to do?
He did everything I asked him, sir. If that's
Okay.
if I'm understanding you correctly.
Yeah, that's, okay, that's what I wanted to make sure. And so if you were advised to get swabs from his hands, you didn't expect there would be any problems with that, would you?
At that point in time, no, sir.
Okay, so just if I recall correctly, in your body-worn camera, the later portion, you're there when he's told by the chaplain at Reston Hospital that his wife had died, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And when you're talking about crying and blowing his nose, it was after that.
Yes,
Isn't that
sir.
correct?
Yes, sir.
And so up until that time, he was in the original condition as you walked him out. Is that
Correct.
right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And it's fair to say he, based on your review of your body cam, he was very upset.
Yes, sir. He seemed pretty emotional at the time.
Okay. And after that, he went over or he was blowing his nose and he got blood on his face and things like that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that's when you acquiesced, I guess, to allowing him to do that?
Yes, sir. I was trying to be empathetic at
Yes.
the time.
No, I understand. Was there anybody who told you not to do that?
No, sir.
Was there anybody who had gave you any advice as you were the person who was supposed to be watching him from that point forward that would suggest that you would know that washing his hands was a problem?
Not at the time, no, sir.
Okay. Did you get any sort of instructions other than just have him in a separate ambulance than his wife?
I didn't even have that instruction, to be honest with you, sir. I mean, his wife was taken as quickly as she could to the hospital to receive treatment, so.
Understand. And what we just talked about would show on your further body cam.
Correct, yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you've previously reported that you observed him have a panic attack within the room.
Yes, sir, whenever his wife had left.
So if you could, just to give the ladies and gentlemen of the jury and the judge an idea, when you say panic attack, how did that show? How would that show to someone? Can you describe what you saw?
He seemed unable to walk and went kind of down to the ground to, I guess, steady himself.
Okay. And was that one of the reasons why he was taken in an ambulance to get checked out?
Again, we weren't fully aware if he had any injuries or anything like that. I believe in my body cam it shows that I asked him if he's okay, does he need anything? He said he was having some trouble with his right leg.
Okay. But that's not in what we have there.
Not in the clip.
Not in that clip. Okay, so if we watched the entire thing, we'd see that interaction.
Correct. It was as we were walking outside.
Wonderful. And were you present when the doctor addressed the spasms that were in his leg?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and what did the doctor tell him?
I don't honestly remember, sir.
Okay. Now, Officer Sephion, as I understand it, Officer Sephion was the one who kicked the knife, correct?
He stepped on the knife.
Or it moved. After he stepped on it, it moved. I don't mean to suggest something more than that.
Yes, sir. He stepped on it with his heel.
And was that the original place where the knife was when you walked in?
I believe it to be, sir. Again, I didn't see it until I was taking the other gentleman's pulse.
Okay. That's right. And so you would have gone past it and you'd be looking back at it. Is that right?
That was the view that we saw.
And were you the first person to have walked in that direction toward where Mr. Ryan was?
I believe so, to the best of my knowledge.
Okay. You don't know what had happened before that?
No, sir.
And then when you There's a point in the body cam video where there's someone in front of you. Do you know which officer that is?
Which time, sir?
It would have been the person who said something like, "Oh my God, that's his wife."
That was Officer Baumler.
Officer Baumler, okay. Just bear with me, sorry. Oh, and I'm sorry, Officer Sefian, did you observe Officer Sefian, or I know your body camera did you see it as well, moving Mr. Ryan's body parts around?
Correct.
Okay. What was it you observed?
He moved his hands so we could check for his injuries.
Okay. I don't have any further questions, Judge.
All right, redirect.
Judge, court's indulgence for one.
Yes, ma'am.
Nothing further, Judge.
All right, is this witness subject to recall?
Not from us, Judge.
Yes, that's fine. Oh, sorry. So, okay, you got to put your, okay, so sir, you're subject to recall, so you're free to go today, but you might be called again in this case, so you cannot talk to anybody about this case and do not do any research and avoid any news about this case, okay? You still have the rule of witnesses in place, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Judge, Lieutenant Gibbons.
Lieutenant Gibbons?
Face man in court, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to testify truthfully in this case under penalty of law?
I do.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Could you please introduce yourself by telling us your name and spelling your first and last name for the court record?
Yes, Michael Gibbons, Michael, Gibbons.
And how are you currently employed?
I'm a lieutenant with the Fairfax County Police Department.
And how long have you been with the police department?
I've been a police officer for 9 years.
And how were you employed on February 24th, 2023?
I was the Days A Sergeant of the Reston Squad for the
And-
Fairfax County Police Department.
Were you on duty that day?
I was.
Were you in uniform and displaying your badge of authority that morning?
I was.
And is your department issued uniform equipped with body-worn camera?
Thanks,
It
Ken.
was.
And can you tell us how your body-worn camera works?
Our body-worn cameras are activated either manually or automatically upon activation of emergency lights and sirens.
firearm being removed from the holster, or a taser also being removed from the holster or activated.
And at the end of the day, what happens with your body-worn camera?
They're put into a dock so they can be uploaded.
And Lieutenant Gibbons, drawing your attention to the morning of that date, February 24th, 2023, did you respond to a call for service that day?
I did.
And where did you respond?
I responded to 13230 Stablebrook Way, which is in Herndon, part of Fairfax County.
And can you describe the neighborhood as you saw it on that day?
Residential neighborhood in Fairfax County. That house is located at the end of a street with a shared driveway.
And when you responded to that address, what if any vehicles were in the driveway of the home that you responded to?
There were 2 vehicles in the driveway. There was a Jeep SUV and a Volkswagen SUV.
And did you note anything else about the home that you responded to?
Typical Fairfax County neighborhood, houses are relatively close together.
And upon arriving at that location, what'd you do?
I grabbed a blowout kit or a medical bag from my police cruiser, grabbed that, ran up to the residence, where I was instructed that the medical supplies were needed up in the master bedroom of the residence.
And did you respond to the bedroom?
I did.
And what did you see when you went into the bedroom?
First glance, I saw a female that was nude. She was covered in blood, laying on her left side, with a gentleman standing over her with bloody hands. There was an officer rendering aid to her, and then multiple officers surrounding the bed, gathering medical supplies.
And do you recognize anyone from that scene here today?
I did.
Who?
The defendant.
And can you point him out and describe something that he's wearing in his hair color?
What appears to be a black suit, brown hair.
Judge, I'd ask the court to recognize that Lieutenant Gibbons has identified the defendant.
All right, the record will so reflect.
And when you went into the bedroom, what did you do?
I immediately opened the medical bag. A chest seal was requested from the officers, so I opened that up, immediately applied pressure and the chest seal to the female.
And did fire department personnel ever arrive?
They did, and they relieved me from rendering aid.
And what did you do after the fire department arrived and relieved you?
Because it was a crowded space with a lot of people, I went into the bathroom, which was where the defendant was.
And what did you do in the bathroom?
I stood there, kept him separated, and spoke to him briefly for a few minutes.
So you had some conversation with him?
I did.
And what did you ask him?
I asked him first if he was injured, to which he replied no. And then I asked him how long they had been down.
And what was his response when you asked how long they had been down?
He said, I followed up that question with, since you called, to which he replied, she called. She had to find her phone. My hands were covered.
And did he ever ask about his wife or Joe Ryan?
He first asked, does he have a pulse? To which I believe I replied, I'm not sure, or I don't know. He did follow up with, is she breathing, or is she going to be okay, was what he said.
And did he say anything about his daughter?
Later in the conversation, it was mentioned that there was a child in the residence. He did ask about her, and I advised him that the au pair had gotten her out of the house.
And how long do you think that your conversation lasted with him in the bathroom?
Not more than a few minutes.
And what happened after the two of you spoke in the bathroom?
After we spoke, the fire department was carrying the female out of the residence. So I had 2 officers ready to escort the defendant out, to which he started to become upset. And we waited a minute so he could collect himself. Then they escorted him outside of the residence.
Okay. At this point in time, I am going to ask for Commonwealth 10 to be displayed to the witness and to counsel only. So if you look at your screen, can you tell me if you recognize what Commonwealth's Exhibit 10 is?
My body camera footage from that event.
And have you had a chance to review this before today?
I have.
And is the video that we see, that we're going to see, is it a fair and accurate depiction of what you initially saw and did that morning as you responded to this call for service?
It is.
Judge, I'm going to ask the court to admit Commonwealth's 10. I'm going to ask that it be played to the jury and counsel only, and I'm going to ask for it to be sealed.
All right, any objection?
No objection. Your Honor.
All right, 10 is an evidence under seal.
Shooter is yet? They're working on that? No, not the shooter stuff, but I think it's upstairs.
Where do we block it? Top and bottom.
Upstairs.
She's got in the 4-year-old.
Okay, perfect.
Where you at? Left or right?
I need chest seal on her and how we're kind of fighting right now.
Just stay right there. Stay right there. There's another one behind me.
Hey, open this up to the corner. Yeah, I got it right there. Okay, go.
What do we need? Chest seal? Check my pulse for the guy behind me.
Yeah. Zach, go ahead.
He's breathing, so chest seal.
We got one guy up here, gun stab wound, one female, multiple stab wound.
Holy shit. Someone do this for me? I got one hand kind of tied up now. Up this way. Just go in the tub. Go sit in the tub. He's in the bathroom, up here. Where do you need chest seal?
He's down on the neck.
Multiple stab wounds on the neck. Ready? As soon as I let go. Go for it. Ready? Go for it. Ready? We missed one. Chest seal. Get another one. There's another half. Ready? Go for it. Yep. Pull this down. Let's work on her, okay? It's just fucking high pressure. Just sit in the tub. Just sit in the tub. Need another chest seal?
Yeah, whatever we have.
Just whatever you. Hey, get another. ALT, get more block kits. Is there anything else that we know of other than this? This one and the guy behind me. On this female. I don't know. I do not know.
No,
Brendan has defense wounds to the hand, but.
Everybody's account for probably from canine or heel at this point. Canine 10.
Just leave it. Where it is. Tank.
Yep.
Since we got this kind of wait for the medics, can you talk with him? Shoot him.
Stand by 1 second.
Medics expedite.
Do we have a pulse on anybody? I can feel him breathing. Hey, do you have a pulse on him?
No.
No pulse.
Okay, so we have one. CPR on, go ahead.
Multiple stab wounds.
CPR on. Yeah, if you don't have anything, start going. Start doing.
All right, who's the most viable, you guys know?
This one apparently has a pulse.
All right.
Multiple stab wounds to the neck.
Thanks. Where is he? To the right, we have a pulse, multiple stab wounds. To the left, you do CPR.
I felt the pulse when I was holding the neck.
All right.
We have multiple chest seals on the neck. We don't know if we have them right here.
We don't know any of
Multiple
them.
stab wounds to the neck. Chest seals.
Yes.
Don't know if we actually have them.
Don't know if it's one on the other side. We don't know.
Okay, she's still breathing?
We can feel blood moving. We can see her. We can see her cheek.
He's not doing CPR on him.
You guys good?
Yeah, we're gonna get her.
Okay. Get down. You do this.
Yeah, this. She's bleeding over here. He's bleeding.
You're good.
That's why we're moving her. After him, take him downstairs. You can't feel hard.
Are you hurt? Do you have any injuries?
Sorry,
I don't think so.
You don't know. Okay, just stay where you are. Stay where you are. Nothing?
So what's the story?
Do you live here?
This is my house. This is my wife. I don't know him.
You don't know him. This is your wife.
The other woman is our au pair.
Where is she?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
How long have they been down? It's right there.
How long? Right when you called us?
She called. She had to find her phone. My hands
Okay.
were covered.
All right. You're gonna stay right here with me until we get this sorted out a little bit, okay? You don't have any injuries that you know of? Okay. Okay. All right.
He doesn't know.
That's your wife. This is my wife.
Yeah. So he's. Yeah.
You don't know that guy at all?
I don't know. He's the shooter.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just trying to figure out where's the gun currently. Leave them right where they are. If that's where we found them, we move them away. All right, that's fine. Just where do you want? Yeah, okay. You know, sir, just have a seat. We're gonna close these doors. This way they can work. If you guys are good right there.
Hey, Sarge.
What's up?
You want us to escort him outside?
No, right now they're working, so we're just gonna let them work.
Does she have a pulse?
I'm not sure. No, working. Okay. Okay. All right.
So once they,
Is she gonna be okay?
we're gonna let them work for a minute. We're gonna let them do what they need to do. We'll just get you downstairs. Hey, Stefiane, or Hugh, very closely. We're gonna escort him down. Just don't touch anything. Just, let's let them. I'm sorry. Let them go first. I thought they were gonna.
Yeah.
Is there kids down there?
My daughter's here. I don't know.
I think the opera got her out. Just grab them on. Come on, we'll go with it. That's fine. Zach, stay here. You're with me. Hold on. What are we doing here? We're gonna make sure no one else is hurt in the house. Okay. All right. We're gonna get husband downstairs. You need a second? Yeah. Have a seat. Just write down. Just have a seat. He's starting to lose it a little bit. Hey, boss, can we get one of you guys to?
Yeah, I got more units here. We'll check him out.
He's starting to break down a little bit.
If we could terminate the view. And then at some point after the view that we just saw, did the defendant leave the bedroom?
He did.
And who was left in the room with you when he left?
First, it was 2 personnel from the fire department, and then a third joined us.
And when you were in the bedroom after the defendant had left, were there any firearms, unsecured firearms in the room?
There were 2 unsecured firearms located on the bed.
And did you make any observations about the state of the bedroom when you were speaking with the firefighters?
Yes, I noticed and stated that the blood appeared to have been there a while. It appeared that it had been soaked into the carpet, started to dry in certain areas, and then there was a specific location near the female that appeared to be clotting or clumping together.
I don't have any more questions for you. Mr. Carroll is going to have some questions for you.
All right, cross-examination.
Officer Beckner, do you know, or Lieutenant Beckner, sorry.
Lieutenant Gibbons, sir.
Do you know what order you were there from FCPD?
For the record, Lieutenant Gibbons, and I do not know.
I'm sorry, Lieutenant Gibbons. I apologize.
Okay. First handful, 5 or 6 maybe.
Okay. Do you know who the first person was?
Top of my head, I do not.
Okay. And so you essentially at the moment you got in, you took over kind of custody or observation of my client, correct?
So I took command of the scene inside.
I'm sorry, I can't.
I took command of the inside of the residence. That was my role.
Okay. And were you asked to do that?
No, that was my job as the squad sergeant.
Okay, so did you provide a chest seal or anything like that?
I did.
Okay, and then that's when you went into the bathroom and told him to sit on the bathtub and all those sorts of things?
Correct.
Okay, and that was, were you observing that he wasn't able to stand at that point? Or were you just saying, this is where I want you to be while this is going on?
So in a patrol capacity, my firearm is located on my thigh. And the stance I was in while rendering aid, my right thigh was directly facing him into the doorway of the bathroom. So to prevent any access to a firearm, as he was identified as the shooter of the event, but also it was a very crowded space. So I determined the tub was a safe location for him to be, either sitting in it, on it, outside of where we needed to work.
Okay, so he hadn't at that point experienced the issues regarding his legs that you saw later in your video?
Not that I had noticed.
Okay, you didn't notice that. Now, the dispatch told you that he was the shooter?
I don't recall.
Okay.
If it was dispatcher, I know officers on scene made comments or statements that he was the shooter.
Okay. Did any of those officers or people on the scene tell you that he was also a law enforcement officer?
I don't think so.
Did you notice that he had magazines on his belt or?
No.
Handcuffs?
No.
Okay. You escorted him out, correct?
I did not.
Okay. Who do you remember escorting him out?
It was Officer Hugh was one of them.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if it was now Sergeant Bell. He may have been the second officer.
Okay. Could it have been Officer Beckner?
Could have.
Okay. And were you aware that Officer Beckner in the ambulance took 2 magazine cases? I may not know the term, and handcuffs and a Garmin watch. Did you know that was taken from him?
I was aware that 2 magazines and a watch were removed. I was unaware of any handcuffs.
Okay, so when was it you were became aware of that?
Once he was in an ambulance.
Okay, so you didn't realize he was a law enforcement officer until well after the heat of the moment.
I don't think at that point I even knew he was a law enforcement officer.
Okay. And so is it fair to say dispatch didn't communicate any of that information, or would you have missed it if it was communicated?
There's always information that potentially gets missed, especially on a high priority call, where you're trying to get to a residence or a scene as fast as you can to render aid and try to save a life. So if they did, and it was voiced or written in a CAD, I did not notice.
Okay. And have you reviewed your CAD or any of those records from that day?
I've reviewed my body camera footage. I did not review the CAD comment, the CAD event.
Now, is the body cam footage that we just saw, is that a portion of it or is that all of it?
That's a portion.
Okay. And how many more minutes are there that we didn't see?
Without looking at the timestamp, a couple minutes.
Okay. When do you recall? So I think Ms. Bristler may have asked you about how the body camera works and how it gets started. How does it get shut off?
Excuse me. Usually manually, unless it runs out of battery.
Okay. Did you run out of battery?
No.
Okay. So manually you shut it off at some point.
Correct.
How long after the last scene we saw in that audio or video clip was it?
A few minutes.
Okay. No. And would it have been, do you know where it would have been?
After the defendant was in an ambulance,
Okay.
and I was told that there were 2 magazines and a watch removed from this person.
Okay. And then you shut it off?
Correct.
Okay, I gotcha. Now, your observations that you made regarding the room, do you have training in those observations?
As a law enforcement officer, we're trained to make observations, take note of things that'll help investigators. I have taken numerous classes through our academy, one of which, I don't know the specific name of it, is involving blood specifically.
Okay, and so you knew what clotting looked like?
I knew what dry blood looked like, and I knew the blood as it was clumping. I don't know the technical term.
Okay.
I'm not an expert for that.
Gotcha.
But my observations at the time, that's what it appeared to be.
Okay.
Technical term is coagulation.
Court's indulgence.
Blood coagulates.
Now, you had testified that he had asked about his daughter, which we hear on the body cam, and then you testified that he became upset and broke down. Was that simultaneous to that?
I was within probably a minute or so.
Okay.
Without looking at the camera.
Do you remember?
I remember it all being very close to each other or close together. The scene as a whole, although it's multiple minutes, in your head.
And did you say anything to allay his concerns about his daughter, like she was with the nanny or with another officer or anything like that?
Yes, I did. I told him that I believe the au pair had gotten her out of the house.
Okay, and you'd heard that from others?
Yes.
Did that seem to work with regard to him being upset?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Did that seem to work? That the fact that you said that he had broken down?
No, it didn't change his demeanor. It didn't make him happier. If that's what you're looking for.
Well, I'm just curious what you saw.
He was upset. He was visually upset.
Excuse me one second.
All right, redirect.
Court's indulgence for 1 moment. Judge, I don't have any further questions. He is not subject to recall for us.
No need for recall.
Okay, sir, you're free to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a good day, Lieutenant.
You as well.
All right, your next witness.
Judge, the next witness I have is Dr. Kessler, Your Honor. This is going to be a longer.
Once you approach, let me just. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in planning the nature of the course of the evidence in the afternoon, we're going to go ahead and take an early lunch recess at this point from 12:30 to 1:30. That way we'll have more continuity with the evidence as it comes in today, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. Go back with the deputy, she'll give you all your lunch options. Please do not discuss the case and don't do any outside research, okay? Thank you. We'll see you back at 1:30.
I keep hearing he's an FBI agent. Why would an IRS agent have a belt that had guns and handcuffs in it?
I have two other items. One of them is the technology. If we could make sure, and if you're going to use the document camera for the medical examiner, can you make sure that's up and running for your tangible evidence? And also whatever you need to do to get your technology, make sure it's ready before the jury comes in. I'd appreciate it. Other than that, one other thing is, I don't know how your evidence is going to go, but if you have sealed evidence and the unsealed evidence goes to the gallery, okay, automatically. So when you're going to go from an unsealed evidence to sealed evidence, please let us know, because we're not that fast on the button. So you just let us know that the next exhibit you're going to show is sealed, so we can take care of it.
That was Kelly stating terminate. We had spoken with your clerk about
Okay.
having a keyword to let her know we were ready.
Right, well, we had one with 7, 8, 9. 7 was unsealed, so that was shown in the gallery, and we went to 8 without any notification. So we were as quick as we could. But if we could keep that in mind.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. Anything else, Mr. Kira? All right, we'll see you all at 1:30 then, okay?
All rise.
So, what happened? He had an affair with the nanny, or au pair, or whatever you want to call it. He wanted his wife out of the way. Apparently, he and the nanny hired this guy off of a fetish website. I don't know how they hired him or what they hired him to do. I don't know any of that yet. She's going to testify. But their story to 911 was that the guy they hired, stabbed his wife, and then he shot the guy. So 2 people are dead. And he's claiming to the cops that he does not know that guy, who that guy is. So where did I read that he was FBI agent? I read that in a couple different places. I don't remember what it was. What's his name? Brendan Banfield? It says, it just, it's an ex-federal agent. Oh, okay, it does say IRS special agent. IRS agents have handcuffs? Where did I read FBI? I bet you that was on ChatGPT. Right, but I don't know if they told him. I mean, I wonder if they said, like, this is a surprise for my wife. Like, I don't know. I've seen TV shows where they've been like, hire people to pretend that aren't grateful, you know, like, I don't know. I just was saying, I saw FBI agent when I was doing my little research thing this morning for what little I researched. And I don't know why I had handcuffs to the IRS. IRS agents, they're not handcuffing me for anything. They're not allowed to arrest people, are they? I guess maybe just for tax stuff, but you still should be allowed to arrest people. I don't know. Maybe somebody got, what is all over my glasses? I guess somebody got federal confused and thought federal meant FBI. So they said FBI. Okay, join us back at 1:30. Well, that's good. Yeah. So whatever source I read it from, I guess they thought federal meant FBI. And then they said handcuffs are out. So, like, I would have, unless you had handcuffs. You just said it. Okay, 1:30, guys. I will see you. Have a good one. Bye.